XP or Milestone? Which do you use? Because both have their virtues and flaws. If you want to reward murder hoboism, use XP leveling. It's all about rewarding murder hobos. But it's really good at it. Do you want your players to be confused about what their goals are? Use Milestones. They're all about going with the flow, which can be good, but God does it make it exhausting when the players constantly ask,
"Can we level up?
No, we just did shopping today.
Can we level up?"
Stop it. Maybe that's as big a problem as XP. I've got my own solution that I think strikes the balance between the two, but let's talk about reward structures first. Welcome to Mystic Arts, where we celebrate channel milestones by talking about milestones. My name is Daði, I'm a professional writer and director, and I've been DMing for 11 years. Matt Colville said it very succinctly.
The behavior a game rewards is the behavior a game encourages.
I don't think you can have a serious discussion on the difference between XP and milestones or whatever method you use to determine when players level up without first understanding that statement. I mean, he does an excellent job talking about the problem in his own video, Towards Better Rewards, but I'll try my best to summarize it here. Since we're all nerds, let's talk about video games. If you're playing Minecraft and you want better armor and swords, you need to go into the mines where the material needed to craft said equipment is, but the mines are dangerous. So you need good equipment to tackle them without dying and losing all your materials. So you go into the mines, get the material, go back, craft, make equipment, and then you go back into the mine to use your better equipment to get even better material to craft even better equipment. And on it goes. That's a gameplay loop. Craft equipment, get material in caves, craft better equipment, loop, 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 loop. In case you're not a Minecraft playing millennial, let's talk about a game everybody plays. Europa Universalis wants you to build nations. So they make all the other nations on the map be building up non-stop. If you don't build nations, they will outpace you and destroy you. But if you build your nation with battle and economics and good domain management, you will be able to destroy those nations before they can destroy you. And destroying rival nations builds your nation. So you destroy nations, build nations, which lets you destroy stronger nations and build even better nations. That's a gameplay loop. In Peak, they want you to climb the mountain to the peak before the fog eventually rises. But that's tough unless you have equipment. So while climbing, you find chests full of equipment that make climbing easier. But those boxes are frequently out of reach, so you have to make a detour, which takes time, but it makes it likelier that you'll end up racing the fog. So you use your equipment to get the equipment to use it to bypass climbing sections. But you can't defeat the late game without getting all that equipment. So you hoard it, taking risks early to be able to win the game in the end. That's a gameplay loop, right? I think Matt Colville's thesis is rock solid. He's right. Knowing what a game rewards teaches you what it's about. Go check out his solution for a proposed fix to this, how he feels about D&D and how it fails at creating that loop. You should check out his game Draw Steel to find out how MCDM solved that problem in their own RPG. This video is brought to you by Heliana and Ryoko's Guide to Mythozoology. This 1,000-page expansion to 5th edition pushes the boundaries of what you can do in the game. It is a dual book package, one Ryoko themed and one Heliana themed, along with 4 softbacks. It's all about hunting and battling giant monsters, crafting stuff from those monsters, and then summoning their spirits to aid you in battle. Basically, it's Final Fantasy summoning plus Pacific Rim-inspired kaiju mech battles. It includes 16 legendary adventures. You get to pilot gargantuan vehicles as a crew with all new mech combat mechanics. So test your teamwork with your party as you fuel your power with tactical gameplay in an epic new combat system, including rules for building, customizing, and battling vehicles. So if you back the physical tier before Sunday the 22nd, you get these stunning hard-edge resin dice thrown in completely for free. So head over to the Kickstarter page right now, grab your free playtest material, there's a link in the description. In Dungeons & Dragons, the rules sort of assume that you're using experience points to level up. You get experience by killing monsters, which levels you up, so you get better at killing monsters. You can kill monsters that are level appropriate, which gives you XP, which levels you up, which means there are more monsters that are level appropriate for you, so you can kill more monsters. Monsters become XP, become level, kill more monsters for more XP, and on it goes. That's a gameplay loop. I don't think there's anything dysfunctional about that system. If you want to make a campaign that's exclusively about killing monsters and leveling up, XP is perfect for that, especially if you account for the fact that the game automatically punishes risk. Your characters might die, so you get clever, committing war crimes throughout the dungeon, using traps, punji pits, chemical warfare, torturing prisoners of war to know what's going on and inside that dungeon. If you determine level by XP, you incentivize players to kill monsters without risk. That's kind of what D&D is about. It's baked into the DNA of the player's handbook. I mean, lots of DMs complain about murder hoboism, players who only care about killing as many monsters as possible. Well, if you're rewarding XP, what did you expect? You're explicitly rewarding murder hoboism. You've created a reward structure that makes players highly invested in killing monsters as ruthlessly and as risk-free as possible. This princess wants us to save the kingdom? Well, what can she offer us in return? Because if we kill her, we get XP. Obviously, I'm not saying that all XP using groups are like that, but I'm saying that the XP system rewards those players and that playstyle. So if it happens at your XP base table, I don't think you get to act surprised about it. But a lot of people don't play D&D that way. I would venture a guess and say that most people don't play this game explicitly because they secretly wish they were playing Hero Quest or Gloomhaven. Those board games do the whole XP leveling thing better than RPGs anyway. So what do people do in RPGs? For most people playing the game, they do not think of it as a game primarily about killing monsters. They think you can do anything in this game. Like fall in love, make friends, adopt a goblin, start a guild, save the world, conquer the world, change society, explore the multiverse, and find magic items. These folks reject the idea that just because a game has experience points means it's about killing as many monsters as possible with as little risk as possible. And I think they're right. So do the designers of D&D, by the way. That's why there's an alternative system to determine level ups in the rules. Milestone Leveling is a different method of leveling up proposed in the rules. On page 49 of the Dungeon Master's Guide, it says you can also reward XP when characters complete significant milestones. When preparing your adventure, designate certain events or challenges as milestones with the following examples. Accomplishing one in a specific series of goals necessary to complete the adventure, discovering a hidden location or a piece of information relevant to the adventure, reaching an important destination, which is rule speak for the party gets to level up whenever the DM says they do. The rules go on to say that you could decide to do this every certain number of sessions or tied to moments in the adventure, or at small milestones, the DM could reward the players with a free short rest, recovering hit dice, or recharging their magic items. There we go. Solved. Only that doesn't fix the problem at all, actually. I mean, yes, we've detached the murder hobo incentive from the game, but we aren't rewarding any behavior now. All we're rewarding is playing the story, which, what is that anyway? Like, what is it? When have we played the story enough to level up? Is the DM communicating those goals to the player? The rules certainly don't specify that DMs using milestones should communicate them to the players, i.e. when you reach El Turel, you all level up. You know, if a DM did that, the players would be well motivated to go to El Turel. But a lot of the time, including in that El Turel example from Descent into Avernus, small spoiler coming up ahead, in Descent into Avernus, going strictly by the text of the adventure, you don't learn that you have to go to hell, descend into Avernus, in order to advance the story, until you are literally about to go to hell right now. So you can't exactly create a reward structure around it without spoiling the adventure, which means you're left without a reward structure. And that can very easily leave players unmotivated. Why don't my players care about the adventure? Well, they might not know what will make them level up. Players, in general, care most about how cool their character is, how much damage they did, whether or not they're contributing to the party dynamic, whether or not they're meaningfully helping out in combat. That means players care deeply about the features on their character sheet, about their magic item, about their damage output or auras or buff spells. So telling them, if you go to El Turel, you level up. That would help them understand that if they want to be able to make an extra attack, they need to care about going to El Turel. Which means when you say, there's a scholar in Candlekeep that can send you to El Turel, or this puzzle box holds the secret to going to El Turel, they become motivated to do those things so that they can extra attack and cast Fireball. But how do you do that without spoiling the adventure? Keystone Leveling isn't in the D&D rules, but it's a useful analogy to how I think about the solution to all of this. Instead of saying, congrats, you did the thing, you level up, you could instead break it up into smaller chunks, keystones. Each keystone brings you closer to leveling up. These smaller keystones will communicate the pace of the adventure to the players. To continue with our Descent into Avernus example, you might say, you have the puzzle box. You all gain a keystone towards leveling up. When you have 3 keystones, you reach level 5. Every time you get closer to uncovering the secret of the puzzle box, you get another keystone. This is kind of like a mini reward structure. You've communicated that this level of the adventure is about solving the puzzle box. Hell, you could literally say that too. Just tell your players. They could go talk to some party ally about the puzzle box, and that party ally says, take it to Candlekeep, and upon hearing that, they gain a keystone. Arriving in Candlekeep, they are denied entrance unless they bring a book to add to Candlekeep's libraries. Upon entering the library, you give them another keystone. Finding and speaking to the scholar that can unearth the secrets of the puzzle box is the final keystone that brings the party to 5th level. Once you arrive in Elturel, you outline a new structure, perhaps one that isn't as linear. The new goal is stop Elturel from descending into Avernus, and there's 4 keystones. Every step to defending the city, no matter what order it's done, rewards a keystone. Or you could set a long-term goal instead and make each keystone level you up. So once you're in Avernus, you say you'll level up every time you'll learn about one of Zariel's weaknesses, and then they know that's what they're supposed to be doing. These keystones support the adventures and goals of the structure, like keystones support the arches in a bridge, creating a foundation for you to build on. And they're flexible. Not every level needs to be the same. If you're running a pre-written module, you can take each chapter of the book and break it down into keystones and use them to communicate the adventure to the players. If you're running a hex crawl adventure, like the one I'm doing, I say every dungeon you clear rewards a keystone. Now they know that if they want to level up, they have to go into the forest to explore the hex map and find dungeons to clear. Each dungeon has hints of other dungeons, so just by clearing dungeons, they are getting keystones, they're learning about other sources of keystones, and then I tell them each level requires 6 keystones to level up. Until level 6, then maybe you need 7. Or maybe later on I'll just say, you cannot level up until you've explored the halls of Starkheim, or every level of the Starkheim mega dungeon you clear rewards 1 keystone, or something like that. This is now a flexible tool, and it's in my tool bag and I can use it when I want. I think it's better than Milestones, since it communicates what the goals are better than XP, since those goals can be anything. Sure, clearing dungeons, but you can give players personal keystones. Say, Maeve the Ranger, and only Maeve the Ranger, gets a keystone when she confronts her father, or Alton the Wizard gets a keystone when he learns the secret of the Bloodstone, which may lead to uneven leveling. I do talk that in my video here about my homebrew rules in D&D. Bonus points here, I want to reward my players for taking downtime back in their base, so I created magic item crafting rules to let them be excited about downtime as well as exploration. Rewards can be anything, not just level ups. Lots of games don't have levels, just loot. But Daði, I like XP. Okay, that's fine. Just ignore me. I'm just some opinionated know-it-all on the internet. Feel free to run your games the way you want. But Daði, my favorite game does things better. Neat. Use that. Not every system is the same, and not every game has the same needs for the same kinds of rewards. Other systems handle things very differently. So use XP when you want to create an incentive structure for a game that's all about killing as many monsters as possible, as ruthlessly as possible. Use milestones if you want. It may work perfectly fine if your players are already motivated to play the story for the story's sake. Or if you feel like doing a bit of adjustment to the game, you can use keystones to bridge the gap. Whatever method you use, just remember to think about your reward structures, what kind of behavior it rewards, and whether or not it fits the story you and your players want to be telling together. Pre-written modules for D&D, for example, I think need the most help in this regard, but maybe that's just me. For your next adventure, either try keystones or just try being more explicit with your players. Tell them what kind of behavior will be rewarded so that they can learn to lean into it. And that's where we'll pick it up next time. This channel is run by me and my girlfriend, and if you want to support us directly, consider joining our Patreon to check out our edited, unedited actual play episodes before they go live on YouTube when we're done making them. Yeah, we're making an actual play. Ooh. Until next time, keep studying the mystic arts.